Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Today is indeed a joyous Monday. Anytime that we can get together and celebrate the brand new opening of a place that's safe and affordable for the people of our community, it is indeed a happy day. So I say to you once again, good morning and happy Monday. I am pleased to be with you all here today, celebrating the groundbreaking like I said, of a new building for the people of our community, where we will house low-income seniors. And of those units, it's 47 units, okay? And of those units, 10% of those units will be dedicated to our TAY population, our transition age youth population, who are in much need of our support. So today, what I like to do before I get started with bringing on our special guests, I like to recognize a few dignitaries and partners for making this vision a reality, for supporting us. We really appreciate you. And first, I'd like to start by recognizing the mayor of Anaheim, Mayor Ashley Aiken. So we thank her for her support today. I also like to recognize Council Member Ryan Bayless of District 1 of Anaheim. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. I also like to recognize Catherine Butler, Director of Department of Toxic Substance Control. Thank you again for your support. And last but not least, I'd like to recognize Michael Bond, partner with Studio 111. Thank you all for your support. And right now, I would like to introduce LaShonda Mays, one of our great supporters here on the board at IHO. Thank you.
Thank you, Latanya. And thank you all for being here. It certainly feels like summer today, which is so fitting because as we celebrate this groundbreaking of our new units, it's on the road to summer. So we're feeling that energy today. I have the pleasure of introducing Councilmember Ryan Bayless, who was selected to represent District 1 on the Anaheim City Council in November of 2024. A West Anaheim resident for more than 25 years, he is focused on the area's continued renewal, especially along Beach Boulevard. His priorities include stronger public safety, potential motel closures, redevelopment with new homes and businesses, and creating vibrant public spaces. He is also dedicated to expanding affordable housing, reducing the impacts of homelessness on neighborhoods and businesses, and improving street safety and traffic flow across the district. Before joining the City Council, Bayless served on the Anaheim Parks and Recreation Commission beginning in 2016 and most recently as chair. He also participated in the development of Beach Boulevard Specific Plan and served on the Anaheim Youth and Family Advisory Committee in 2024. He's spent over 15 years actively involved with the West Anaheim Neighborhood Development Council, where he worked with neighbors to strengthen community ties and improve the quality of life in West Anaheim. He retired after a 35-year of the city of Cerritos, came home to Anaheim, and is a proud Eagle Scout and 3-time Ironman triathlon finisher. You're better than I. He holds a bachelor's degree from California State University, Fullerton, with a minor in management and information systems. Bayless lives with his wife, Angie, a principal at Garden Grove Unified School District, at the same home they purchased in West Anaheim 25 years ago. Please join me in welcoming Councilmember Bayless.
Wow. Thank you, LaShonda. Thank you, Latoya. I didn't expect quite that description. I know you wouldn't know it now, but believe it or not, yeah, 3-time Ironman. Believe it or not. Thank you. I will say it does take a toll, and that's what you see now. This is the byproduct, right? Anyways, no. On a more serious note, I'm gonna try to read this without my glasses today, so we'll see what happens. Thank you, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the heart of West Anaheim. You know, as someone who's been lucky enough to call this neighborhood home for nearly 30 years, I can tell you it's a real honor to be here today. It's a new day for West Anaheim, and this project is another step forward in the revitalization of our community. Now, if you know me, you know what I'm about to say. Beach beach, beach. Because let's be honest, Beach Boulevard isn't just a key issue for District 1. The work we are doing here today will have an impact on the future success and growth of Anaheim as a whole. Today's groundbreaking is more than just a construction milestone. It's a sign that the city is serious about reclaiming this neighborhood for the hardworking people and small businesses who have stuck with it through thick and thin. It's about keeping a promise to make this area safer, cleaner, and more welcoming place to live. We all know what beaches looked like over the years. The blight, the crime, and maybe worst of it all, the feeling that City Hall wasn't paying attention. But that's changing. Revitalizing Beach Boulevard is a priority, and I'm proud to say that District 1 is finally getting the focus and investment that it deserves. To me, this is exactly the kind of thoughtful, community-driven progress that we need. It's not about housing, it's about helping people build stable and fulfilling lives. What excites me most about this project is the people that it's going to serve. Our seniors, our young adults, and too often, these groups fall through the cracks. But this development is tailored to their needs, combining affordable housing with the kind of support and opportunities that help people thrive. Now look, we are not done yet. There's still a lot more to do, as you notice with the other two properties that are here. But today I'm reminded that change isn't possible, it's already happening. Through this project and the work we are continuing to do in the area, we are bringing a new energy, a new momentum, a new sense of pride to District Number 1. And I'm committed to fighting to keep that momentum going. I want to thank Innovative Housing for their opportunities and for our incredible city staff. Because of your hard work, creativity, and collaboration, we're not talking about what could be, we're building it. And you can see that behind me here today. This is how we turn potential into progress, and this is how we build a future as an example of what we can accomplish when we work together. So I just want to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of what I believe is going to be a new era for West Anaheim. So thank you very much. I'd like to welcome Manuel to the stage.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Manuel Martinez. I'm proud to serve on the board of directors here at Innovative Housing Opportunities. On behalf of our board and team, I want to thank you all for being here this morning to celebrate this groundbreaking of this truly transformative project. At this time, I would like to introduce the segment of our program recognizing the elected officials and their representatives who have joined us in support of this project. We are grateful for their leadership and commitment to expanding access to safe and stable housing. But before I do that, I would also like to thank city staff who really do put in the legwork day in and day out. I think with the right resources and support, they are truly unstoppable. So please join me in welcoming representatives from the office of Senator Tom Umberg.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Justin Massey, and I'm very pleased to be here today as a district representative on behalf of our state senator, Tom Umberg, for the 34th Senate District. We are just so thrilled to be here today to show our gratitude and our appreciation for the work that you are all doing, to the council member for your dedication to really revitalizing this important part of our community. And we're so thrilled to see this new construction happening. I want to present this certificate of recognition to Innovative Housing Opportunities in recognition of the Lincoln Beach Apartments and the crucial housing and support services that this will provide to seniors and transitional age youth in our community. So thank you and congratulations. We can't wait to see this come together.
All right. She is not scheduled to speak, but I would like to also recognize Councilmember Norma Kurtz of District 4 of the City of Anaheim. Next up, we have Anthony Monroy from the office of Assemblymember Sharon Quirk-Silva.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Like I was introduced, my name is Anthony Monroy from the office of Assemblywoman Sharon Quirk-Silva. Welcome everyone to the great 67th Assembly District. Most importantly, District 1, right? Let's give a round of applause to Ryan, right? Great District 1. I just want to keep it short, right? So we have so many important guests today. On behalf of the 67th Assembly District, I just want to thank the Housing Initiative Opportunities Incorporation for this great moment. We are so happy and we're so proud of the improvements that West Anaheim is deserved and needed, and we're so excited to be a part of this celebration. So on behalf of the 67th Assembly District, I thank you to your commitment to building affordable housing alongside community spaces, support systems, and vibrant public art that reflects that reflects a powerful investment in Anaheim's Rebuild Beach initiative and the revitalization of Beach Boulevard. Thank you for your continued dedication into housing innovation and community development. Congratulations.
Next up is Luis Andres Perez from the Office of Assemblymember Avelino Valencia.
Good morning, everyone. I'll keep it nice and short. But I first want to say thank you to really the Innovative Housing Opportunities Development Team. I think a lot of people tend to forget the riskiest part of development is always pre-development, looking at sites, acquiring all the assembly of experts, and with that is acquiring really the private equity to move things forward. I know when we talk about housing, we always put it from a scope or a lens of giving people a place to live and a place to really grow their dreams, grow their families. But another thing that we should always consider about development is that we put people to work. We put direct money investment into our communities, and it's a reflection of that. It's what creates placemaking. It's what creates our memories. People who will eventually live here will eventually go to In-N-Out. They'll eventually go to the Dutch Bros that's coming in. They'll have these core memories of jumping on the bus and going to the beach. So I think that's just always one thing that we should always keep in mind and really celebrate the development team. So on behalf of the state, I don't know if you guys noticed, the Senate and the Assembly has a lower budget than the federal government. So we only brought one. So we wanted to recognize Innovative Housing Opportunities with a certificate of recognition.
Next, we have Paulette Chafee from the Office of Supervisor Doug Chafee.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paulette Chafee, the ambassador for Orange County's 4th Supervisorial District. It's an honor to be here today with you and represent the chair of the Orange County Board of Supervisors, Doug Chafee. The groundbreaking for Lincoln Beach marks more than the beginning of construction. It's the beginning of opportunity and the hope that each and every person will have that lives here. Each person here today has put forth time, effort, and a lot of grit to make this affordable housing project come to be. This housing community, by Innovative Housing Opportunities, will provide not just housing, but a pathway forward. A pathway forward for two groups who need it most, transitional age youth and seniors. By creating this intergenerational community, Lincoln Beach will bring together people at different stages of life, providing stability, connection, support, and help with individuals that will be here so the neighborhood can truly thrive. Affordable housing is not just about shelter. It's about dignity, health, safety, and long-term opportunity. Without a stable place to call home, it becomes exponentially harder to succeed in school, hold a job, or maintain health. Communities like Lincoln Beach are how we make real lasting change. I want to thank Innovative Housing Opportunities, the City of Anaheim, and all of the partners who made this project possible. We look forward to seeing this site transformed into a place of hope, support, and community. Thank you.
At this moment, I'd like to bring up our Director of Real Estate Development, but I really want to thank Ms. Chafee for mentioning the impetus that housing is. We believe, and we say at IHO, that housing, that it starts with housing. And you may say, well, what is it? It is thriving communities, it is thriving families, it is reinvestment in communities. I believe very strongly what we are building are 21st century cities. And housing is instrumental in that. And so thank you for bringing that up. That's really important. So at this point, I'd like to bring up our Director of Real Estate Development, Maricela Fuller.
Hello, thank you guys all for coming today. So the Lincoln Beach project is part of a lot of efforts from the City of Anaheim and the Housing Authority, as well as DTSC. So this project is a part of a revitalization grant that was received by the city. DTSC has been instrumental in making sure that this project moved forward and on schedule. So I'd like to introduce Catherine Butler, who is with DTSC, and she has been the health deputy for the last 2 years. She's been instrumental in pivoting, looking for better practices, as well as protective, looking for more ways to protect going forward in her efforts. So, Catherine Butler.
Thank you. At DTSC, we oversee the environmental cleanup, and we have the wonderful privilege of administering a grant program, which is very popular, called the Equitable Community Revitalization Grant Program. So this grant program funds environmental cleanups and allows our grantees, like the City of Anaheim, to transform properties into community assets. So a huge thanks to the support of Governor Newsom and the state legislature for making these grant dollars available for this. We awarded the City of Anaheim over $1.3 million through this grant program to make this cleanup possible. I want to recognize our project manager, Wyatt George, who many of you probably know by now. His team worked tirelessly to approve everything that goes into the environmental cleanup steps, the initial investigation, sampling, work plans, and I understand we had to work very closely with all of our partners to meet very aggressive timelines so that we could tie them to low-income housing credits. And all of these pieces and all of the partners are so critical to making projects like this happen. For us at DTSC, this project demonstrates how public health, environmental health, and community all come together. So today's groundbreaking for us isn't just about what's being built, but it's about this cross-sector collaboration, it taking a village to support everyone in our community. My background is in public health, so I am absolutely thrilled to see the future use of this site support seniors and transitional aged youth. At DTSC, we're in the business of healing lands, and to see this project focused on healing people in our community who need those services the most really shows us how those essential human rights of environmental access to clean air, clean water, and rights of housing and supportive services do really go hand in hand. So now that this site is ready for redevelopment, we recognize there's still a lot of hard work that needs to be done. We are committed to be there the whole way with all of you. And I want to thank sincerely the City of Anaheim, our partners at Innovative Housing Opportunities, for everything, all of your coordination, your diligence in coordinating with our project teams. And thank you to every single person who has touched this project. And it's going to be exciting to see what comes out of it. I am committed at DTSC as a relatively new director. I took this post in October to continue to work together across the state, perhaps other places here in this region, with the same sense of urgency, heart, and purpose to work on these kinds of projects together. So thank you all.
So as Catherine mentioned, it does take a village. These projects take a significant amount of professionals working hard together to bring this to fruition. I'd like to recognize Walton Construction. They were up here earlier. We're very excited to work with them on this project. They've been working in Southern California for the last 75 years. We also have Coda Consultants. They're our construction management team. E4 Design is our dry utilities consultant. CNV Consulting, they are civil engineers. And JAG Interiors are for our interior design. And there's probably about 45 subcontractors in addition to that that all play a vital role in this development. Next up, I'd like to introduce Michael Bond with Studio 111. Michael Bond has been with us working on several projects. He's been around since the beginning when we initiated this project through an RFP process with the City of Anaheim. Part of creating the vision for this project and really working through with the community to make sure that we bring in pivotal components to the project that the city wanted to see, as well as the community. So, Michael.
I love construction sites. When I graduated from college, I didn't go to an office. I worked for a contractor for 3 years, so note that. I don't know where the workers went, but I do see there's a key in the forklift, so be careful. I'm gonna jump in that guy. But I am Michael Bond. I'm a partner with Studio 111. We're an integrated group of architects, urban designers, landscape architects dedicated to restoring communities. And today, as Maricela and Rochelle said, this does take a village. Today we have a couple of folks from our office, Ryan and Marie, if you'd like to just wave your hands. There's a lot of people that it takes to put this together, just in our office, let alone to build this. So this building was not just a vision of a single architect. We have a client, Rochelle, who is an architect, and provided great insight to it. So this rendering here is really a collective of ideas from us, our client, as well as the City of Anaheim. They continue to push us to do better, to think bigger, and a little bit about the building. We call it the small building with a big purpose. First of all, and most importantly, it's going to have 47 homes for people to live in. From the street, we wanted the stairs to be celebrated as an art piece, so that when people drive by, they notice it not just as a plain facade, but as an active building with people using the stairs. Another note is it is a long building, as you can see, and as we looked at the entire site, including the Silver Moon site and the site to the north of us, we thought it was very important to connect them with passageways or paseos. And so midway through the building, there's literally a 2-story cut through the building. And that'll link to the development to the south here, as well as to developments to the north. North being 60 townhomes for sale. And then even beyond that, it will connect to the gas station. And we have a vision for the gas station that's a little different than what it is now, and I'll just say we hope to see an adaptive reuse project there in the future. So with that, we're just so proud to be here, to see this actually underway, and we're looking forward to the residents having a new home. Thank you.
So before I give our closing remarks, I want to recognize the team from IHO. We've got, you've already met Maricela, We have Brenda Walters, who's our Director of Community Impact and Programs. She is responsible for not only fundraising, but for creating and implementing our programs with our partners. We have James floating around in here somewhere. Ah, there we go. James Bell, he is on the Community Impact team as well. Janiqua Francis, who handles all of our admin, and on our finance team, we have Susan, yes, son, who is out of town, and I call him our forensic specialist. He is our asset manager. He goes through every contract and finds dollars that we didn't know existed, and so that's Steve Wan. We've got 3 board members who I'm so grateful that they are with us today. Latanya, who you've met already, she's our board chair. LaShonda, who you've met already as well, she oversees our strategic working group. And Manny, who is with the city of Anaheim, who is our what do we call him? The Energizer Bunny. We love to develop folks, and we're so glad to have him with us. I'd also like to recognize the staff in the city of Anaheim. We cannot say enough that these projects do not get done by the grit of our hard work. As fabulous as we are, we certainly need their help. And so I want to recognize the folks from the city, namely Grace and Andy and Sandra and Kevin and all of those, if you wouldn't mind standing up. These are the people we contact in the middle of the night with text messages saying, we can't get our permits done. We need you to wander through it. Help us with that, and it's just wonderful. We have been working with the city of Anaheim since 2010, if you would believe that, when we had been looking at sites. We built our first project, Rockwood, on Lincoln. It was completed in 2017. Our second project, which is directly adjacent to it, El Verano Apartments, also on Lincoln in 2020. And we just seem to keep moving west along Lincoln Boulevard. And when we found this RFP, it was actually brought to us by the developers who are doing the housing next to us, the for sale townhomes. They had met with us on another project, and they said to us, quite frankly, I don't know why we would ever need to work with a nonprofit developer. And I said, because you get the benefit of not having to pay real estate taxes. And so he called us up and he said, well, with that value, what do you think about this project in Anaheim? And we said, well, if it's on Lincoln, Lincoln is our middle name. And so we started working on it. We call it Lincoln Beach, and we did that intentionally. Beach Boulevard, as someone mentioned, was the road to summer. And it just has that kind of electricity. We wanted to be a part of it. The site for Lincoln Beach actually starts at the gas station. And that is going to be a second phase on this project, where we will be converting it into a hyper-local community hub that will have an anchor tenant, an anchor retail, neighborhood scale retail, and some micro businesses. You cannot do housing without economic development. And this was so important to us that we finally get to do a project that has all of the components that we think are critical for thriving, flourishing communities. That is high quality housing. Notice I didn't say housing. High quality housing that's affordable to those at the deepest affordability up to moderate income. And so we will have those intergenerational units in this building. Adjacent to it, we will have, with the partnership of Brandywine Homes, 60 market rate townhomes, and within that, they have agreed to carve out some moderate income for the first-time home buyers. And we also, that's excellent. And I need you all to cross your fingers and give us some good juju, because we also at one time won the RFP to develop this site, which was going to be low to moderate income rental housing. And we still have hope that that can be done as well. What I want to mention to you is that we are designing this with the entire community in mind. We're doing four-sided architecture. What does four-sided architecture mean, Rochelle? I'm so glad you asked. What that means is every side of this building respects the community. So if you take a look at this image on the right, you're thinking, that kind of looks like the same as this one. This is actually the facade that faces the alley. When we designed this, we decided that we would add another 5 feet to that alley and make it the kind of place that there was no mayhem occurring in the alleys. We were even successful in getting the development that's going down now to redesign so that they faced the alley, so that they had 4 sides of architecture. We do not want buildings that have back areas where craziness happens, and instead, I'm so grateful that the city also appreciates that as well. When Michael mentioned that stairwell, you may think, well, that's just a stairwell that sticks out of the building, but that is a placemaker. When people are going down Lincoln Beach at night, that will light up. We're creating moments in the city, and the community of West Anaheim deserves that. And we are so glad to be the ambassadors of something as important as that. If there is a takeaway that you have with IHOPE, please recognize how very seriously we take the ripple effect and the long-term impact of the work that we do. When we leave, we want to know that our residents are able to gain skills, to develop personally, to build their economic self-reliance, and we want this to be the kind of catalyst that brings other positive development in the community. So we are giving you a front row seat to be a part of this exciting opportunity as we start to look at developing the other contingent parcels. When we pass that collection hat, I want you to give until it hurts and make sure that we are able to do all that we promised. Please take a moment before we disperse, if you wouldn't mind indulging me to just gather close to the stage so we can get a picture of all of you so I know how to track you down when we need those extra dollars. So with that, please join me in thanking the team for all of the work that they've put in. And please do, quite seriously, come up to the stage, in front of the stage, on the stage. I would like to get a photograph so that our team, in those low moments when we do not win an RFP, that we can say we had 50 people who do love us and remember to keep going. So thank you for coming out. Please join me on the stage and let's get a photograph.